has arrived from Montego Bay. During a routine passenger search, UK border officers have found a package that looks like it could contain drugs. The passenger has been arrested.
The lady came off the Montego Bay flight and she was intercepted by one of our officers. Upon searching her bag, he found a package which we believed to contain cocaine. Took her to a search room. Whilst the package was being tested, the package tested positive for cocaine.
Knowing she's been caught red-handed,
What, in this bit here?
to other packages of drugs
Right, okay.
hidden under her clothes.
Right. This is what was found in the back of the suitcase. It's what we would call a stuffer's package, which would be put up somebody's backside probably. But that was found in the bag, and that was what we decided made it a job. And then during the strip search, we found this, which is all full of cocaine attached to her waist.
The audacious smuggling attempt also involved some highly modified underwear.
This little body packer suit filled with cocaine.
It's a massive amount of drugs for one person to be carrying.
Nearly 2.5 kilos of coke on the body.
The seizure demonstrates the officer's skill in identifying smugglers.
Just stopped just to ask her a few questions. No real reason to stop her over anybody else. Historically, we tend to get more cannabis than we do cocaine in the flight. So she obviously saw her opportunity, knowing what she had on her person, and just walked through the channels. Unfortunately for her, she was stopped. Are we cuffing?
Suddenly realising how much trouble she's in, the woman goes into shock.
Right, no more jumping around, okay? Stand up straight. Yeah? You're gonna walk with me? You're gonna walk?
You're gonna behave yourself.
I know it's hard, but you just need to...
The woman is taken to a holding bay for further questioning. Officers will need to be extra vigilant to ensure that she doesn't try to harm herself again. In Manchester, officers have received a call for backup from the other terminal. A passenger's fruit has given a massive hit for Class A drugs.
We've just been called over to Terminal 3. There's a lady, I believe, travelling from Barbados. Is it via Gatwick, Gary? Or Heathrow? It's on one of the shuttles. We believe they've found cocaine in yams. So we're just coming over to see what's going on.
Cocaine can be hidden anywhere. And with a street value of £50,000 per kilo,
cocaine in
smugglers
mangoes,
will go
is it?
to extraordinary lengths to avoid detection.
Yams. Have you x-rayed them?
I've x-rayed them, just a bulky mass.
Right.
You couldn't tell from the x-ray whatsoever.
The initial trace was off the scale, but Border Officer Liz thinks it may be a false alarm.
Okay, we're not sure we've actually got anything. The officer spiked one of the yams and he's got a really high reading for cocaine off the machine there, but it's possible just contamination on the spike. So we're just going to cut right into these. We've had it in mangoes, coconuts, pineapples. Looks like there's nothing in these though, unfortunately.
Investigating further, the officers discover more potentially incriminating details. The woman's passport is brand new and her ticket was paid for in cash.
Is someone meeting her?
Her mum says she's
yeah. I mean, if you want to put stab vests on, yeah, and go and have a word and just verify a story, there's no harm there.
Still suspicious, the officers decide to investigate the woman's claim she's being met by her mother.
Obviously, for our protection, we need to have body armour on in case, if it is a drugs job, the people who are meeting will obviously be looking for those drugs and be rather upset. So we need to be armoured up.
Just going to take your shoes for a second. That's yours as well.
Officers continue to carry out further tests for drugs.
Go ahead. When someone's got an internal concealment for drugs, their sweat comes out onto the shoes and the drugs shows in the sweat. So it's an indication that they might have something. They could have taken something, but it gives us grounds to do an internal body scan or something like that. It's come back negative, so there's no trace on the shoes.
The woman's ordeal
smell.
continues
Smell
as the team carry out more drug tests on the baggage.
But she's not really got many clothes or anything for a month's stay. There's that bag as well, that's a bag Constellation that a while ago we had a lot of seizures in.
A
Lima
radio
32,
message
Lima
comes through
32,
from the
Yankee
officers
12.
sent to meet the woman's mother.
No, there's no one out there waiting for her.
Yes, yes.
It's very strange though that her mum's not waiting for her outside, but you know, that in itself is not enough, is it?
She might have been delayed.
With no sign of the mother, the woman remains under arrest
Yeah.
until the officers can prove that she's telling the truth. In Gatwick, the woman found carrying 2.5 kilos of cocaine has been transported to the custody cells.
You okay?
Keep walking forward. Have you got anything inside you that's hurting? No?
No.
Do you want to come forward? Do you want to take a seat for
Trying
me?
to harm herself, officers have handcuffed the woman.
Deep breath, it's good for you. If the officer takes you, I understand you are banging your head upstairs. If the officer takes your cuffs off, you promise me not to do that here, yeah?
Just move this way.
I don't want you damage. I'm here to look after your welfare and your rights and your health. I don't want you damaging yourself while you're here. Right.
Lift your hands up for me. So this lady's arrived from Montego Bay this morning. Search of the hand baggage revealed a cylindrical package. Cut was made in the package, which revealed a white paste.
Harold, are you? Sorry, can't hear you. Have you also swallowed? I need to know from a health and safety point of view. If you have, it's a danger to yourself.
I don't take drugs.
So you haven't swallowed anything as well? Okay, that's good.
Having found a substantial amount
just
of
wanna go in
cocaine
there
on
for
her
me.
person, officers must make sure
Right, what it
she
is it's just going to be another search.
rounds.
And then there's the hairpiece.
Alright. I didn't even notice that was up. Happy with what's in that, yeah?
Yeah, I searched it already. When we told her that we were going to take her to custody and put her into a cell, she started slapping her own face and banging her head on the table, which is obviously not a good sign. So myself and another officer ran into the room and restrained her and applied some handcuffs. We now have to watch her because of her behaviour, and you know, we have to be extra alert, not knowing how she's going to react when she gets locked into a cell, how she's going to act when she's on her own, if she's going to try and harm herself. I do feel sorry for them sometimes because you wonder what it takes for them to actually do something like this. Yeah, just that amount on the person, 2.5 kilos is a lot to have. It's quite greedy.
Having already shown signs that she's prepared to self-harm, officers must ensure that nothing further happens to her whilst in their custody.
Because of that sort of thing, she might try and top herself, so we have to watch them on camera.
And she'll have to get used to being locked up. She was sentenced to 7 years in prison. In Manchester, officers are discussing the woman arrested on suspicion of smuggling cocaine in yams.
I don't really think I've got enough to do it any further.
I don't think you've got enough to go any further, to be honest with you. But obviously the reason you arrested her in the first place is because you thought you had drugs in the yams. Now if you haven't...
To unarrest her.
Well, yeah. But wait for Gary to come back in and see what Gary says, because obviously he's in charge. But I would say you haven't really got enough.
No.
Officer Gary radios through to say he's finally met the woman's mother outside.
All right, okay.
Having
All
found
right,
no
draw.
further evidence of cocaine, officers accept their false readings must have come from using a contaminated
Right.
knife.
We've looked in your bags, we've looked further, and in further investigation, looking into the yams and stuff, there isn't anything in there. We've made a mistake. When we tested it, it's given a false reading on our machine, so there isn't anything in there. So you're no longer under arrest. And I want to apologise for keeping you, but thank you for your patience anyway, and you can relax now, okay? So we're going to repack all your bags. and then we'll let you go outside, all right? Okay, and hopefully you'll enjoy your holiday here.
Whilst it's been an unnecessary ordeal for the woman, it shows that Class A drug hits must be investigated properly to ensure only guilty smugglers end up
We
behind
go through
bars.
this way, that's the way out. Okay, just keep going through. Thank you.
Coming up, smug actors don't wash with the border officers in Manchester.
Don't insult my intelligence, mate. On your best day, you're not as good as me on my worst day.
Coming up,
You're not scared of customs officers, are you?
officers stop a
That's
man
lovely.
travelling
Thanks very
with a
much.
boy, and he's not the father.
So you've been asked to take this child back to its mum.
It's a quiet afternoon at Manchester Airport. A flight from Sweden has just landed. UK border officers have caught a suspected cigarette smuggler walking through baggage reclaim.
Three big suitcases full of ciggies. So we're going to have to come down. They're all going to need these laffy in, I think. You have to come down. We're going to have looks like they're all loose in that, so we're going to have to count them.
Do you speak English? Don't mess around. A bit, yeah. You can see you speak enough English to smuggle cigarettes. Right, what flight are you on?
You get the tickets?
Stockholm flight. What carousel were you on? This carousel?
The man started his journey in Estonia, a known source country for cheap cigarettes.
Just noticed this guy leaving, and they're all full.
Happy days.
Where'd you come from? Sweden. We started his journey in Estonia. And when did you fly back to Estonia?
No.
What do you mean you don't know?
No. Sometime.
You must have a ticket to go back to Estonia.
Yes, I know.
Well, when is it?
I don't have it yet.
You haven't been given it yet?
I haven't bought it yet.
No, when, what day are you flying back to Estonia?
I haven't decided yet.
Right, in here.
Seasoned Officer Gary isn't amused by the man's vague answers.
I've just come outside and saw this guy wandering around outside looking for the exit. And when I looked at his bags, they look quite square. So when I went over to speak to him, he told me he was from Estonia, which is a place where a lot of people bring cigarettes in from. When I felt the bag, they were rock hard, which suggests to us that they're full of cigarettes. And they are.
Happy days.
So how many times have you been to the UK?
Few.
How many?
The man's failure to answer simple questions is starting to annoy Gary.
Look, let's start from the beginning. Don't play stupid, right?
What do you mean?
Don't pretend that you don't know how many times you've been to the UK. You do know. Is it once, twice, 3 times, 10 times?
3 or 4.
Well, that's fine. Then that's the answer.
I don't remember exactly.
What do you mean you don't remember? When was the last time you came here? Long time ago. When? I can go in and check the airlines, so either tell me the truth or I'll find out.
I tell you, maybe a couple of months.
Right. And on that occasion, you had cigarettes as well?
No.
No.
As officers uncover more and more cigarettes, it looks like it could be their biggest seizure ever. At Gatwick Airport, passengers are preparing to board a flight to Ghana. The UK border officers
Lovely, thank you.
specially trained
All right.
sniffer dogs to search out
That's
large
lovely.
amounts
Thanks
of
very
money,
much.
which could have links to organised crime.
Okay. You're not scared of customs officers, are you?
Sorry?
You're not scared of customs officers. This ticket, did you buy this yourself?
No, my sponsor.
You who?
My sponsor bought it for
Your
me
sponsor
in Ghana.
in Ghana.
As well as looking for large sums of cash, officers are on the lookout for drugs and to check the immigration status of passengers.
Hello. Do you carry any cash with you today?
Yeah.
Are you done, show us around how much you have with you?
I think it's 1,000 I'm going to give it to his mom.
Yeah, how much do you have? That's the question I asked. Money.
1,050.
Any more?
Any more cash?
Any
And
more
then
cash?
my personal cash.
How much do you have in total?
Roughly. Roughly, let's say about 400 personal cash.
Okay. Thank you.
The man's answers are not entirely convincing for senior officers.
Hello, it's just two of you travelling.
Yes,
Yeah, just have a quick word with you.
Okay.
No, you got your hands full there. You told the officer when the dog indicated you had £400 in personal cash.
Yeah.
Are you carrying any cash for anybody else at all?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm his mom.
How much have you got in total?
1,050.
Could you show me that, please?
Yes.
Is there any more cash in the baggage here?
No.
So, who does the child belong to? Is it your son? Is this yours?
No, it's a friend of mine.
So you've been asked to take this child back to its mum?
To his mum.
Okay, hold on a second.
The man's story rings alarm bells for Paul.
How much do you have?
I need your help in a minute.
Okay.
What's your relationship?
I was a family friend.
And where's the father at the moment?
The father is at the airport.
At the airport.
Yes.
He's not flying though.
No, he's not flying.
This gentleman's taken a child out that's not his.
Right.
With the flight due to leave in 20 minutes, officers have
I'll
a
leave
race
that with you.
against time
Yeah,
to
fine,
move on
thank
to
you.
the story.
So, where does the child normally live? In Ghana or in the UK?
This is my first time here. I came to meet him here.
Right.
And we go to check together. And he asked me if I can do him a favor and take his son to Ghana. But the dad is at the airport.
So the parents live in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay, right. What we've got is a situation where a gentleman is travelling out with a small boy. He's not related to the child. So I'm going to try and make some inquiries with the parents to check where the child normally lives. The child appears to have been here about a year on a visit visa, which is possibly longer than we would expect on that type of visa. So I want to know what the immigration status of the parents is as well, really.
With passengers starting to board the plane, a decision must be made imminently about whether the man and the child will be leaving.
Do you know what the full number is?
In Manchester, officers are still counting the thousands of cigarettes intercepted from an Estonian smuggler.
So who are you meeting outside?
Nobody.
Who are you giving these cigarettes to?
Somebody.
Yeah, who? Don't you know his name?
I don't know. I just bring it here
And he will take them off you outside?
No.
Where'd you have?
Me, myself.
Where'd you have to go to hand them over? Manchester?
Maybe London.
London?
Maybe. It's not the point where.
No, it is to me. It may not be to you, but I'm asking you, where do you take the cigarette? If you don't know, don't they tell you where the cigarettes are going? Well, you're not doing this on your own, are you? It's obviously a gang.
Why? Why I cannot be myself?
Don't insult my intelligence, mate. Right? On your best day, you're not as good as me on my worst day. Right, so either say nothing, don't give me any rubbish. I know what's going on here. Right?
It takes 3 officers to count the enormous haul of cigarettes.
Total count is 46,560.
It's a huge seizure of cigarettes, with a street value of more than £20,000.
As you're probably aware, all these cigarettes are going to be seized. Do you understand that? And all the bags that they were carried in are going to be seized, right?
Why back?
Because I said so. Right, what I'm doing now, I'm getting you a receipt for the cigarettes, right? I'm going to give you a receipt. I'm going to give you a warning letter, because next time you will be arrested. Do you understand that? You come in here with all these cigarettes again, I will arrest you. Understand? Okay? There's the door.
With no previous convictions, the man is allowed to go free, but next time, he'll end up behind bars.
They try and think that they can say whatever they want to say. No, at the end of the day, we will arrest these people. I just don't like the idea that they can just be so blasé about it all, as if we can't do anything about it. Well, we will.
At Gatwick Airport, officers have just moments
Yeah,
to decide
BOE.
whether a child
Sorry,
will be
KO.
allowed to leave for Ghana with a man who isn't his father.
Right, I've just checked the status of the mother and the father. The father appears to be in the UK on some sort of permit.
If you hold the line 1 second, put the father on the phone.
Hello, sir. Hi, I understand you're the child's father. Right, yeah, and you've given a covering letter for Mr. Bonsu to travel with the child. Okay. Can you just confirm to me, sir, what's your own immigration status in the UK? How long have you got your visa for? Do you know when they rejected that application? When would that be, roughly?
You can understand the reasons why we need to make sure.
Maybe someone may kidnap somebody's son.
Exactly, that's the reason. Particularly with children.
Yeah.
And have you made any application for the child to be in the UK as a resident?
As the final call is made for all remaining passengers, officers must go and make a decision.
You right there, Jane?
Yeah, I've spoken to the father and I've done some checks with our own database and he's able to verify some of what's on there, so I'm happy that he is the father.
Right.
So,
are you going to allow him to travel?
Yeah. I'm endorsing the passports with their departure date, with the child's anyway, because he's been here too long on the wrong visa, basically. But the checks confirm our records, so yeah, I'm going to allow them to travel. Better get them on their way though. Okay, I spoke to the father and he's verified most of my checks, so that's fine. Okay, there you go. Cheers then, thank you.
Although under pressure, the officers are happy they made the right decision.
I was very aware that the clock's ticking and you've got to make a decision, you know, whether to offload them and make a whole load more inquiries, but yeah, I think I wrapped it up just in time.